Good morning, my lecturer and my fellow colleagues. My name is Bezi Princely Kessiana. This morning I'll be talking to you on the topic incorporation techniques for active pharmaceutical ingredients into ointment bases, and it's a comparative study. And this is on the course BDT 351, which is Basic Dispensing Theory. Now, very quickly, we know that ointments are semi-solid dosage formulations made for external applications or for some mucous membrane. Now, this presentation will basically talking about the way ointment bases are being prepared in active pharmaceutical ingredients. But quickly, I just want to talk about classification of these ointment bases. We have four classes here. The first one is hydrocarbon bases. We have absorption bases. We have water washable or water miscible bases. Then we have water soluble. Under the hydrocarbon bases, examples are petrolatum and paraffin. And some of their characteristics is that they are occlusive. Occlusive simply means that they don't allow loss of moisture. They are also water repellent and they are non-water washable. Absorption bases include their characteristics. They are anhydrous and hydrated, and they can also absorb water. Then the water washable bases, they are the ones that if applied on the skin, they can be easily washed with water. Then the water soluble, also the same thing, they can be easily washed with water. Now quickly, what are the incorporation techniques that we're talking about? Number one, trituration. Now this is a process whereby the active pharmaceutical powders are mixed with a small amount of levigating agent. Example is glycerin, and they form a paste. Now this paste is smoothly incorporated into an ointment base. Now what are the advantages of this method? Number one, it improves particle size and uniformity, meaning when we triturate inside a mortar and pestle, it's a mechanical process. As you triturate or turn or mix, it makes the sizes to be smaller and it causes uniformity among the sizes. Another advantage of this process is that it enhances stability and smoothness of what you've triturated. Then it's also ideal for insoluble powders that cannot dissolve easily. Its limitation is that it's not suitable for all base types. I've outlined the base type earlier. Then it also has a limitation of levigating agent. The levigating agent used must be compatible with the base used for such preparation. A second incorporation technique is called the fusion method. In this method, the solid and the waxy components of the ointment base are melted together. The solid and the waxy components are melted together, and then the active pharmaceutical ingredient is then added to the melted base, allowing it to dissolve or disperse uniformly as the mixture cools and solidifies. What is the advantage? It ensures that there is a complete uniformity for waxy bases, and it's also ideal for APIs soluble in melted bases. This particular method is suitable for large-scale production. So as many of us that want to go into production of ointment bases and in fact ointment in general, the fusion method is one of the best methods for large-scale production. Now, its limitation is that heat-liable drugs may degrade. So drugs or medications that are susceptible to heat may degrade using this particular type of preparation. Another preparation in this technique for ointment bases is cold incorporation. Now, typically the active pharmaceutical ingredient in a finely powdered form is directly mixed with an already prepared ointment base at room temperature, and this is often done on an ointment slab or using a mechanical mixer. There's a diagram there that just shows an ointment slab and a spatula that's used for this particular preparation. Now, what's the advantage of using cold incorporation? Number one, it's ideal for heat sensitive drugs. It's also a simple and fast method, and it ensures a minimal degradation of active pharmaceutical ingredients. Its limitation is that the APIs must be very finely powdered, finely mixed. Then it has a risk of poor uniformity if mixing is inadequate. All right, then the next technique is called incorporation by solubilization. Now, the active pharmaceutical ingredient must first dissolve in a suitable solvent in this method, like ethanol or propylene glycol. This resulting solution is then thoroughly mixed into an ointment base, ensuring the molecular level and dispersion of the drug. Now, what's the limitation of this particular method? Solvents must be compatible with the base that will be used, and also it has the potential for residue solvent issues. There may be residues at the end of the preparation and may give issues for a perfect presentation. The final method there is called the high shear mixing, which is the current or modern method. Now, very quickly because of time, advantage of this method is that it produces highly uniform, stable products, and is ideal for also large scale production, just like I said earlier for the fusion method. And the limitation is that it needs technical expertise to operate because it has to do with working with machines. All right. Now, very quickly, I'll move on to common challenges with active pharmaceutical incorporation. Now, achieving a perfect or uniform distribution of our active pharmaceutical preparation, there are some common challenges. Some of these challenges include the separation phase, separating oil from water, especially during mixing and triturating. Then also degradation, especially some of these medications, they are heat labile. When heat comes on them, they may degrade, and the particular product or expectancy you want to get from this your ointment may not get because of where you store them or because of where heat gets to them. Also, there's also an issue of microbial contamination. If preservatives are not used in this preparation, you may have issues of microbes attacking your ointment or the bases, and it's also a big challenge when preparing the API corporation. In conclusion, there is no universal method for incorporating APIs into our ointment bases, that is active pharmaceutical ingredients. The most suitable technique is always a function of the API solubility, its heat stability, the formulation requirements, and the scale of production. A comparative evidence-based approach to technique selection is essential for any formulator aiming to optimize uniformity, stability, drug release, and ultimately therapeutic outcomes. So I'll conclude in summary by saying that all these methods are important, especially the modern method where we use machines. But there's no method we say this is the best method in incorporating techniques for active pharmaceutical ingredients in ointment bases. The method that works for you determines on those things listed: their heat stability, their solubility, and some other formulation requirements. Thank you for listening.